Hello and welcome to the Nintendo Network. This week is a rather big milestone for gaming in a way. Mega Man has returned in Mega Man 11. It is weird to think there was a time when we thought we would never see him again, with Inafune leaving Capcom and then him trying to make a spiritual successor, which did not end well, I might add. The future of the Blue Bomber looked bleak. But as excited as I am for his return, and trust me, I am, I've noticed that beyond the original series and the X series, the Mega Man Expanded Universe is actually not well known. So I'm going to begin a series of videos going back through each of the different series in the Mega Man franchise. Because if I did all of them in one video, it'd be way too long. So I will try to get each series out in a timely manner. So welcome to a new segment I'm calling A Not So Brief History. Today, we're going through the classic Mega Man series. The original Mega Man came out in December of 1987 for the original NES, adopting a new way to play, for the time at least, where you choose your path, getting to take on one of 6 Robot Masters in any order. But if you figured out the rock, paper, scissors mechanic, certain abilities you learned from each Robot Master would give you an advantage towards another, a system still being used to this very day in Mega Man 11 and through the X series. The story is fairly simple. I mean, it is late 80s Nintendo game. The plot is not going to go too deep. In the year 2000X, wait, did this already happen? Anyways, in the year 2000X, robots and humans live together, but the evil Dr. Albert Wily has reprogrammed 6 of the benevolent Dr. Thomas Light's robots to take over the world. Dr. Light sends one of his newest creations, Rock, to become Mega Man and defeat the Robot Masters and take out Wily once and for all. Okay, not once and not for all, but at least until the sequels. The first game in the series, of course, had its issues, which first game in any series doesn't, but because of how well everything else is made and a stellar soundtrack that is beloved to this very day, it started the legacy of one of video games' greats. The sequel, Mega Man 2, came out just 2 years later in 1989. It upped the ante a bit by having you battle through 8 Robot Masters instead of 6. The plot is okay, each game has a little bit different plot, but it's kind of the same, but I'm still going to go through it. This video is already going to be long anyways. But here's the abridged version for Mega Man 2. Wily escapes prison, he's evil, Metal Blade is awesome. I don't know if it's pronounced Bubble Lead or Bubble Lead after my Let's Play in Mega Man 2. And there you go. Praised by many as the best of the classic series, it is hard to ignore, but best is hard for me to personally agree. See my Let's Play for more on that. But the game is so great and praised by so many people that it was actually on the NES Classic, not the original. And the soundtrack is amongst the best in the entire series. Following suit the next year, Mega Man 3 came out adding more to the game. The ability to slide, adding to the mythos, and a dog. Oh, and Mega Man has a brother. Dun dun dun. Wait, was that meant to be Germanic in the game world? Whatever. The plot revolves around Dr. Wily turning a new leaf. Yeah, and Emperor Palpatine just wanted to help the galaxy. He and Dr. Light start to build a giant robot to help protect the Earth. This is starting to sound like Gundam, so I'm okay with it. But of course, Wily's evil, and he steals Gamma. Mega Man sets out to his castle, which he apparently had time to rebuild while pretending to be good, and Mega Man defeats him, but he is apparently crushed by Gamma, and we never see him again. 3 felt like a natural evolution for the series, adding sliding to bring new platforming challenges. And the soundtrack, okay, all the soundtracks are amazing, unless I say otherwise, which I don't think I will. I could listen to them all day. Next came Mega Man 4, which, let me guess, Dr. Wily's alive again. Oh no, it's not him. Shocker, this time it's Dr. Cossack, the Russian scientist who is jealous of Dr. Light getting all the attention in the scientific community. So he has made 8 more Robot Masters to destroy Mega Man. In 4, Mega Man is granted the Mega Buster, the ability to charge his shot, something which is standard today. We also get Eddie, who throws random items at you. Thanks, Eddie! This game also introduced the cop-out villain. Cossack is not really evil and was blackmailed by Dr. Wily, who survived being crushed by Gamma somehow. I guess he has the same abilities as Wile E. Coyote. He blackmailed Cossack by kidnapping his daughter, but Proto Man, doing as little as possible to help the situation, saves Kalinka, and now you must go through Wily's castle again after going through Cossack's citadel to to add more to the fun. But you climb up Wily's castle and defeat him, and I'm sure you'll never see him again. Later that same year, we got Mega Man 5. And oh no, Proto Man has showed his true colors and has created 8 robot masters of his own and has kidnapped Dr. Light. It is up to Mega Man and an amped up Mega Buster thanks to Cossack and his new pet Beat to take down his brother. After making your way to Proto Man, we find out that it's really not him, but Darkman, a robot built by Dr. Wily. And if you didn't guess that, then just wait until the X series. You again climb up his castle, one more visit and you get a free sandwich, and defeat him. Proto Man luckily teleports everyone to safety. Other than Beat, the game didn't add too much to the Mega Man formula, but had a fun set of robot masters and like most of the games, had an amazing soundtrack. In 1994, Mega Man 6 came very late onto the Nintendo Entertainment System. After the defeat of Wily last game, the world has created the World Robot Alliance. And to prove how the Alliance is working to bring peace together, they have a tournament to show off who's the best robot. The benefactor of the tournament is Mr. X, who... my god, Robbie Rotten had better disguises than Wily. Anyways, Dr. Wily steals and reprograms 8 of the most powerful robots from the tournament and dares Mega Man to stop him. It is like daring Gordon Ramsay to make a grown man cry when using his words. This time around, Rush has been given an upgrade, giving him and Mega Man the ability to join together to become Power Mega Man and Jet Mega Man. On a personal note, it is up there as one of my favorites of the 8-bit era. So again, you find out Mr. X is Wily, shocker, and he has been behind it the whole time. You fight your way through another Wily castle, and I'm seriously wondering how he can afford a new castle each game, let alone money for the robots, and Wily is captured and sent to prison where we will never see him again. 1 year later, we got Mega Man 7 jumping into the 16-bit era, and Wily is on the cover, so shocker, he is back. The story is that he prepared to be captured and has a secret lab where 4 robot masters would activate to destroy the city. This is the plot to the Dragon Ball Z Super Android 13 movie. Wait, which came first? So, Super Android 13 came out in 1992. Looks like Mega Man copied DBZ. Anyways, the Robot Masters help release him from prison. A new mysterious robot known as Bass and his canine companion Treble say they want to help stop Wily. But being bathed in black and purple, he is obviously evil and working with Wily, and is Shadow the Hedgehog before Shadow the Hedgehog. Meet the original Edgelord. Probably not the original, but you know what I mean. At least this time around there's no cop-out, we know it is Wily from the start. Along with Bass and Treble, we are joined by Otto, a robot made by Dr. Light to sell items to Mega Man to help him. Okay, technically your currency is bolts you find and Otto creates items for you, so it's not really that weird I guess, I don't know. But I'm still not a fan of Otto. Rush has been upgraded again to give him the jet and power upgrades into one power suit for Mega Man. Other than the graphical improvements jumping from the NES to the SNES, the game goes deeper into the Mega Man mythos, adding some new characters, some not so great, others becoming fan favorites, and at the end making Mega Man think about his actions, if he should kill Wily to stop his evil once and for all. But before Mega Man can really decide, even though Wily says a robot can't actually harm a human because of the 3 laws, Bass and Treble teleport in and save Wily, and I'm sure we'll okay, I'll stop doing that joke for now. In 1997, Mega Man jumped into the 32-bit era with Mega Man 8, with an opening cutscene and I'm sure stellar voice acting.
Mega Man, today we finish this!
Hey, Zach! Why fight you? We are enemies!
Shut up! Ah!
Mega Man! Go! Mega Man, hurry! You must come with me!
A strange meteor has fallen to Earth just a while ago. Something this powerful must not fall into the hands of evil.
Oh god. Okay, to be fair, this was still really early in the world of dubbing. Let's just remember that. Even though someone, somewhere, had to put their stamp of approval on Elmer Fudd, Dr. Light, and Bass, and Bass. Okay, I need to get away from this, or I could harp on it forever. The story starts out with 2 alien energies fighting in the depths of space, falling onto Earth. Mega Man is dispatched to retrieve them before Wily does. With the power of plot convenience, they land on Wily's secret island base, as Wily takes one of the aliens and Mega Man sends the other one for repairs to Light. This alien is known as Duo. Yeah, Capcom was taking the Sonic approach and adding a bunch of friends for Mega Man. Unfortunately, Duo never really went anywhere. So like always, defeat the 8 robot masters, Clown Man, really? Clown Man? Travel and defeat Wily from using the evil energy from the alien. But Mega Man is hurt in the process, but Duo saves his life, and I'm sure we'll never see Duo again in the main series. Oh, wait, that time it's true. Mega Man 8 really didn't do as well as the past games in the main series. It could have been brand exhaustion, it could have been the really bad cutscenes and dubbing, it could have been the fact that in 1996, a year before 8 came out, the Nintendo 64 was released showing off the evolution of all these great 2D platformers, and Mega Man wasn't evolving like people thought he should. In fact, there were many articles in gaming magazines around that time stating 2D was dead and would never come back, and it just wasn't good to do it anymore. If only they knew back then. Oh, and just wait till we talk about the X series and how a Mega Man 3D platformer turns out. I will admit, I have a soft spot for the game for some reason, call it nostalgia, but where a new main series Mega Man game was coming out every year or two, well, we're about to take an 11-year hiatus from the main series. At least that wasn't a reboot. We'll talk about those soon enough. In 2008, Mega Man 9 came back and was an 8-bit look from the original NES games, and thus began the pixel art boom of games. The story is that the robots created by Dr. Light start to cause destruction and chaos. Dr. Wily says he can build an army of robots to combat them and save the world, but he must be paid. So after publicly giving everyone his bank account number, somehow I feel that would backfire, people foolishly start to pull in money faster than the Mighty No. 9 Kickstarter. Oh, come on, that was funny, don't get mad. Anyways, Dr. Light is arrested and Mega Man sets out to stop the new 8 robot masters and clear Dr. Light's good name. Of course, we find out it was Wily who reprogrammed the robots, and the robot masters who were to be scrapped due to an expiration date on them. What? In the end, Wily escapes and Dr. Light is freed and decides to help every robot have a place, even if they were expired. Capcom worked hard to bring back the original game feels by taking away sliding and charge shots, which I'm still a bit miffed at. The game was also rather difficult compared to others in the series. They also included DLC that allowed you to play the game as Proto Man. A few changes, but the same basic experience. It was a great return for the Blue Bomber overall. The retro revival for Mega Man didn't stop there. In 2010, Mega Man 10 released. Still showing off those 8-bit graphics, 10 tells the story of a virus known as Robot Enza that caused robots to fall ill and then go crazy a month later. Dr. Wily states he has been working on a cure, but 8 robots, master robots if you will, stole his machine, and Mega Man agrees to go get them. Proto Man comes and joins the battle too. Okay, say it with me everyone, Dr. Wily is behind it, and of course he is. He has the cure, but will only give it to the robots who swear allegiance to him. Mega Man goes to defeat him and contracts the virus, but saved by Roll giving her cure to Mega Man, and he defeats Wily, but helps him out ironically when Wily gets sick. Of course, Wily escapes the hospital, but leaving behind the cure in an odd act for him, making me feel the writers didn't quite know what to do at that point. Again, you can play as Proto Man, and DLC allows the inclusion of bass to be played. Many fans theorize that Robot Enza could be an early form of the Maverick virus that plagues the future in the Mega Man X series. Although nothing officially confirmed, it would be cool to find out if it was true one day. I would say we were at an end, with Mega Man 11 coming out this week and this being recorded and edited before the fact, but you see, Capcom was using Mega Man as a mascot in the 90s, much like how Nintendo had Mario, Sega had Sonic, and PlayStation had Crash Bandicoot for a while. So spin-off games galore, and you think there are a lot of spin-off games for Mario? Mega Man hadn't beaten the 90s it seemed. There was the once Japanese exclusive Mega Man and Bass taking place between 8 and 9, letting you take the role of either robot to topple a new evil threat. The Power Battle games, which were arcade games from Japan that were actually added to the original Anniversary Collection, it was an arcade fighter letting you choose different characters to battle it out. Mega Man Soccer, which is pretty self-explanatory, but was technically the first Mega Man game for SNES. Mega Man Battle and Chase, a racing game that was almost released in America, but was pulled by Sony, feeling there was too many mascot racing games until it was included in the Mega Man X collection. There was even the never released outside of Japan, Wily and Wright's Rockboard, That's Paradise, a board game for Mega Man years before Mario Party. Super Adventure Rockman, which was an interactive movie game, came out as well. Then there was the remake re-releases of the original games. The Wily Wars was a retelling of the first 3 games basically. Rockman Complete Works was for the PS1 and had the original 6 games packaged together with some new hint systems and some amazing artwork for the games. The Anniversary Collection, which had Mega Man 1 through 8 plus the Power Fighter games mentioned before, and of course the Legacy Collection games that are much more recent. But I would be remiss if I didn't talk about Mega Man Powered Up. Coming out in early 2006 for the PSP, Mega Man Powered Up attempted to reboot the series a bit. They added 2 new robot masters to the original game 6, Time Man and Oil Man. Just gonna not talk about him. There are some interesting aspects to the game. Not only could you play as Mega Man and Proto Man, but the 8 robot masters. Plus Roll, and she had an array of costumes you could choose. Plus a stage editor. Yes, it wasn't the cute chibi style, but I think that added to the charm. Plus it received great reviews. So what happened to this reboot? It almost seemed like the entire series would follow suit, and nothing happened. Ask anyone who's played it, they'll say it's a great game. But finding those people are hard. The game didn't sell well, and plans to reboot the series were scrapped, it seemed. My personal theory, with no backing, is if it was on a Nintendo system, it would have fared better. But that's just my 2 cents. Well, I think that's about it for the classic. Oh, fine. I'll talk about Mega Man Universe for a moment. Honestly, it had potential. It was sort of in the vein of Powered Up. It was focusing on Mega Man 2 with a lot of different IPs from Capcom as playable characters, like Ryu. It was even planned on having custom characters, using parts from different characters, similar to how the LEGO games do it. It was first revealed in 2010, but by 2011 it was cancelled. There was never a real reason why it was cancelled as well. From what I can gather, it wasn't being received well online, and there was rumors that it was getting a facelift due to the comments about the art style. Some also theorized that tsunami and earthquakes around that time in Japan caused it to be cancelled. Again, nothing concrete on what exactly happened. It was just never meant to see the light of day, apparently. And there it is, folks. Mega Man 11 is out, and many of you, along with myself, are enjoying Mega Man's newest adventure. Obviously, this was written and recorded before it was released. My hope is it dives deeper into the mythos and starts bridging the gap between the classic series and the X series. No, I didn't go over the Game Boy games. They're just kind of retellings, except for 5. It had some interesting new robot masters, but maybe I'll do a not-so-brief history of just the Game Boy games one day. Next time, on a not-so-brief history, I'll be going over the X series of games, which means that videos need to be darker, edgier, and 20% more serious. My hope is to have these out regularly, as I want to cover each of the different Mega Man series. Let's see how well that goes. Thank you for joining me here at the Nintendo Network. Honestly, let's just talk about Mega Man, one of my favorite franchises, in the comments below. Who's your favorite robot master? If you like this, make sure to join the network by subscribing to me right here on YouTube to make sure you get all my latest videos and the next in the series. Also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta get back to playing Mega Man 11, defeat the 8 robot masters, and once again climb Wily's castle to prove Mega Man is truly the super fighting robot. Have a great day.